everybody. I'm here with Sister Beatrice again. I'm feeding her carrots, which she likes. And, you know, she likes almost anything. She's a funny dog in that she'll eat apples and broccoli and carrots. But she also likes chocolate and grapes. I mean, when I say she likes them, she'll beg for them if she sees it. But we don't ever give her that because it's not good for her. And I was thinking this week about where Jesus said in Luke chapter 11, one of his greatest teachings on prayer, he said, the Father gives good gifts to those who ask him. So I was thinking about the fact that with Beatrice, there's a lot of things she'd like that we don't give her. And I was thinking about that in relationship to us in prayer. And I know it's hard. At times like this, we tend to think, well, all the things I'm asking for are good gifts. But we aren't always the judge of that. Listen to her. She's kind of like bit off too big a piece of that apple. But I wanted to revisit what I talked about last week, the spiritual jujitsu in Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. In that verse, it says, don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. So hold that for a moment, and then if you will, remember something that I mentioned in the introduction to the sermon this week, how Jesus said that there are wise and foolish builders. The wise builder builds his house on the rock and it withstands all the storms. Who is that? Jesus says, it's the one who hears my word, but he doesn't stop there. He says, and puts it into practice. So here's what I've been thinking about in my own kind of measuring my own reactions to all of the things that are going on right now is how easy it is to hear a verse like Philippians 4 about be anxious for nothing but pray about everything. Love the verse, know the verse, quote the verse, draw some encouragement from the verse, and yet not actually put it into practice. So I've caught myself this week starting to get anxious about different things. And there's some things I've been praying about, and then I'll find myself worrying about some things, and I haven't really turned them into grateful, specific prayer requests. So that's what I wanted to follow up with this week. There are a lot of things we need to do besides pray, but there's an old saying that you can do more than pray if you pray, but you cannot do more than pray unless you pray. So yes, wash your hands, practice social, physical distancing. I prefer that word. Listen to the best information out there about how to protect yourself, your loved ones, and other people in the community from COVID-19. But bathe everything in prayer. And when you become aware of all those kind of chaotic, unsettled, fearful thoughts that surface, maybe it's about finances or your job or the future, or your plans, or just about getting sick or the death of loved ones or suffering in general, take that and instead of just letting it float around unnamed, fashion it into specific petitions and make your requests be made known unto God. And remember that the Father gives good gifts to those who ask him. He may give you something different than what you ask for. And the test of faith is to trust that it will prove to be something that's good in the end. God spared not his own Son, Romans 8 tells us, but delivered him up for us all. How shall he not also with him freely give us all things? God's given us the greatest gift ever in the gift of his Son, Jesus. So we can bring our prayers and ourselves and our lives to him and lay them in his hands and know we're in good hands, loving hands.